G'day guys, welcome to episode 148 of Ask Jack D. Today we take a question from a man who has never missed a live Ask Jack D episode, a guy called Will Visser, who asked Jack if you could write a one-page letter to your 18-year-old self, what are the 3 core lessons you would include on that page?
28 and I'm trying to shape history, pulling from the sky for some strength to take with me, line up the stars, fly away quickly and push the world forward like a tidal wave hit me. I ride the wave swiftly, I fear no man, check my titles mate.
G'day guys, welcome to this episode of Ask Jack D. Happy Thursday to everybody. Thank you to everybody who joined us on the live episode yesterday. In particular, thank you to everybody who asked questions and got involved in the conversation. We are loving the connection that comes from these live discussions with you all. Today's question comes from a man who hasn't missed a live Ask Jack D in the weeks now that we've been doing it. His name is Will Visser. And he asks, what does he ask, Rosie?
Okay, he asks.
Use your outside voice, Rosie.
If you could write a one-page letter to your 18-year-old self, what are the top 3 things you would want yourself to know?
Really good question. If you could write a one-page letter to your 18-year-old self, what are the 3 things you would love your 18-year-old self to know? So it's just a small question. Okay, what I would say is this. Number 1, 18-year-old self, is listen to yourself first and foremost. Tune in to your inner voice, tune in to your inner essence. And I was always pretty good at this, although I was often, particularly in the earlier years, riddled with self-doubt, because often what my inner voice, the direction my inner voice or my intuition wanted to lead me down was going against the advice of just about everybody in the world, right? And so with that comes a questioning of self, comes a real questioning of confidence, as it probably should, comes a questioning of, should I really be listening to myself or should I listen to the world, right? And so to my 18-year-old self, I would say, follow your intuition, follow your joy, follow your own curiosity. It already knows where you should go, and that is the most reliable leader that you have. The second thing I would say to my 18-year-old self is that life is going to knock you around a little bit, and that's a really, really good and a really, really healthy thing. When you hit periods of adversity, when you hit periods of trialing times, just know and understand that those are the times where the maximum wisdom, should you pause and ask yourself the right questions and have a look around, the pieces of wisdom are all around you should you just choose to pick them up, adopt them, and move forward with them. We learn the most about ourselves in difficult times. We learn the most about the world when the world tests us. And so 18-year-old Jack or 18-year-old anybody or any age anybody, understand that when you hit trialing times, they are truly a gift, and therefore view them for what they are. They're not there to deter you. They're there to help guide you, and they're there to help grow you. And the third thing, what would the third thing I would say to the 18-year-old me? Third thing I would say is this. When you start to live in alignment and in service of something greater than yourself, you will become so much more powerful. And I don't mean powerful as in power over, I mean power with others and power for others. You will become so much more effective as a human being and as an entrepreneur when you drop the pursuit of the materialistic success and you start to recognize that success under the context of contributing to the world, success under the context of giving something, success under the context of actually making an impact and touching lives. When you start to operate from that paradigm as opposed to wanting more or wanting significance or wanting to be recognized or wanting the cars or wanting the house or whatever that might be, when you stop coming from a place of self and start coming from a place of, and genuine, authentic, I don't mean just bullshitting your way around, genuinely, authentically coming from a place of wanting to give and wanting to contribute, your entire self, your entire life, and your entire world will transform, and you'll start to do things that are incredibly powerful and progressive in terms of moving toward the vision that you're trying to create. Number 1, know thyself, listen to the inner voice. Number 2, what was number 2? Recognize the value in adversity and recognize the gifts that are in trying times. And number 3, be in service of something greater than yourself. Whether you're 18 or 80, those are 3 inherent lessons and guiding principles, I think, that when you choose to truly live a life in alignment with, you will ultimately do great things. In the comments below, I'm interested in your answer in this, guys. And I don't need you to share 3. I want you to share with us 1. If you were to write a 1-page letter to your 18-year-old self, even if you're 18 right now, I don't care. If you were to write a 1-page letter to your 18-year-old self with 1 inherent lesson for you, what would that be? In the comments below.
I've just actualized a wish that I dreamed as a kid. 'Cause I'm lighting